on the overall reason why the election was too big to rig. Now, we know about all of the illegals coming over the border, having permission to vote. However, there are a group of people who decided that those who were given to us to vote for, because they are selected, Trump and Harris are selected by the oligarch. However, one is always worse than the other. One's always more destructive than the other. However, each have an agenda. However, too big to rig. Why was it too big to rig? First of all, there were more men voting this time than ever. Why? Because for the past 4 years, men have been under attack by the beast. And men, whether you are melanated or Caucasian, have been told that you're a nobody. So women, let's remember that here in America, it's not for us to demean men. It's for us to stand with men and men stand with us. A unified team, bringing the best to society. Let's not think that the beautiful country we live in, with its flaws, is not the best place for us. We are blessed exceedingly abundantly above any other state of women on the planet. Let's not be so self-centered to suppose that we need to oppress because in the past we have been oppressed, to annihilate because in the past we have been annihilated. Let's stand together and let's make this thing happen, because the most important thing right now is removing the sex traffickers out of our country and putting them in jail and prison, and also the economy. All right. And we're going to have to be the ones to bring the economy back to life by not giving up. And the authorities going to have to be the ones to see about these sex trafficking children and these white parties, okay, and these Diddy parties and these Allen parties that the movie did not do anything for but bring attention to it, because the people that made that movie, if you know the movie I'm talking about, were part of the problem. All right, but it did bring attention to it, and it caused us to make videos about it. Introduction. With all indications now I'm pointing to a Donald Trump landslide, which he did. He won. I got up this morning and found out he won. Win over the last qualified candidate, or the least qualified candidate. Let me pause right here. The reason why I messed up in my commentary is this. Reading from Our Country Then and Now. Clarity Press 2023. So what I was finna say was, made me stumble in my wording. My mind was thinking about something else. I was thinking, yes, this part of the play, this part of a skit has been quantified. However, by Trump getting a popular vote, I'm assuming he's going to get the popular vote in the Senate, this will alleviate the idea that they will be able to call him back up and, well, maybe not, because they still have Vance, and Vance can take Trump's place. Of course, in the Simpson video, Harris was not, she had sort of won, but then they had removed her because they said she had did something that was not right in the Simpson video. Some type of homework she didn't do, meaning that she wasn't prepared, to do all the scheming and lying that she needed to do. One big mistake she made that was at the last minute, from my observation, was when she said that you're at the wrong rally. And a lot of Christians have to reevaluate their thinking process, because she truly was talking about those boys saying Christ is King, Jesus is Lord. She truly, it was like a Philonian slip. The truth came out. The truth came out. No one ever questioned her belief system. Hindu. The truth came out. Her name being Devine, her middle name. That's her being a goddess of destruction, a beautiful destruction as they call it. Her being a red scarlet color, her name, lotus. And Trump gave Pope Francis a lotus flower. Did anybody know about that? I think it was when he was president. Was that a joke? Or was he indicating that y'all can pick Kamala if you want to pick Kamala? Okay, so it says, with all indications now pointing to a Donald Trump landslide win over the last qualified or the least qualified candidate in United States presidential election history in Kamala Harris. The question now is whether Trump's looming victory is too big to rig. That was the question. Was his victory, because so many people are so fed up. The Caucasian males were fed up. On a big deal, the melanated Americans were fed up. The males were so fed up with the division, the divisiveness, the idea that the most important thing is for the only power women need is to bring destruction to their own body as well as the child's body that's within them. That was so sad. That platform was so sad. And then all the people that came out, from Beyonce to Jennifer Lopez to Cardi B to Meg Thee Stallion to Ursha, to so many people supporting her. And we know their names on the damn Diddy party list. I'm going to say it. So we know why they were supporting her. It made it very obvious to people who were sitting on the fence saying, I don't know if I'm going to vote. I don't know if I want to play this game. This truly is a game. My purpose is to just expose. My purpose is to play in the game just to expose. Okay? No one has ever taken care of our monies in this household but us. We're not those sorts of people that feel like someone has to save us. My husband and I understand if we don't do the saving, you ain't gonna be saved. Period. Whether Democrat or Republican, if you don't pick up a mindset, you got to take care of your own. As for me and my house, we got to take care of what we need to take care of. If you still sitting there thinking somebody's gonna save you, you're gonna be forever a child. Anyway, too big to rig. That is how Republican Party operatives are viewing the only possible path for a hopelessly corrupt and compromised Democratic Party machine to grope their way to an improbable upset. And also, the mere fact that they brought Kamala in, I only supposed to do a video today. I told my husband I'm going to do a video today, but I feel like just my opinion about the matter needs to be out here. That, I mean, just the whole idea that, so let's review. The empire, which the U.S. is a central component, is ruled by an entity that we may call simply the money power. BlackRock, Blackstone. The empire has had as its driving motive since the war started, World War II, total global military conquest. Dick Cheney and them really hated Trump because Trump was like, well, we're going to slow down this killing. But of course, he's still going to support the war that's going on right now because of biblical terms. But I think that needs to be shut down too, because war is not necessary. It's not. Even if people have penned in books that war is necessary, it's not. It's not. Because the Mohadi, or the beast of the sea, is already on the land of the living, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, if y'all didn't know. And I do videos on them all the time. And there are a few other people out here on YouTube. Our channels are so suppressed because we're trying to tell people that the done beast are already alive and well. And the harlot, we know who that is, So the enforcers of the empire are the deep state or the blob. I would call them not the blob. I would call them the goo, like on Star Trek, the goo. The absorbent goo is a part of the game, the matrix assimilation, that absorbs energy. And if you do not continue to move forward, it will absorb every good that you do. You have to continue doing good. You cannot say, oh, he won, now let's sit on our hands. No, you have to continue to speak life, to manifest in your own life, to make videos if necessary, to get on the radio. You have to speak that life and break up that blob from coming near you. The blob will, or the goo, try anything and everything to maintain control by itself and the money power. It's definitely the money power. Now, anybody that's living in a city or a county that you want cheaper apartments or homes, and you have billionaires or millionaires moving to your community, Hollywood stars moving to your community up on the mountain peaks or whatever, and you're saying that they are making the value go up too high. Well, Because this is America, that kind of stuff happens. Either you have to choose to navigate a different kind of lifestyle to stay in that community, or you're going to have to move out that community. It's not saying government go in here and bully these people to make it happen for us, the ones that want things to be fair for us. There's no such thing as fairness. It's just no such thing. What you have to do is you literally have to figure out, how am I going to find peace and prosperity and thrive in the midst of these folks? How am I going to do it? Because if you sit in your hands and wait on somebody, nothing will be done for you. America still will go through an economic switch up. Trump can only do so much. Our moral ability to the idea that morals will not be thrown out the window, because Kamala was truly throwing morals out the window, truly, and her name speaks of it. You know, her mom being the MK Ultra program, being one of the people that are used to orchestrate this thing, shows you why Kamala was so sort of kind of awkward in a way, and how she couldn't connect with people spiritually because she's not like us. Not like us. Trump's not perfect, but Trump's more like the American people than you would ever want to accept, because American people are not perfect. They're not perfect. Okay, so the power of the blob or the goo is not monolithic, as it is not in tune with the real everyday interest or majority of the U.S. population citizens. That's what I was saying about some wealthy people moving to your county or parish, and lo and behold, they building homes, and the property value goes up, and now you can't afford to rent anywhere. You can't afford to buy a home. You can't expect for the government to go in there and bully these people who figure out a way to make money to give them a community or lifestyle they want. And yes, they may want your community. They may want your snow. They may want your mountain peaks. However, you still can figure out how to work around it, or you may have to move. That's just reality. That's just even if something like that would happen to my community, it's just reality. And the mind cap that you put on is the mind cap that will either make you thrive or barely survive. And I have to come to that reality. You know, I'm not a multi-millionaire. I'm not a multi-billionaire. However, I know that those things happen to people. And when I watch them happen to other people, I say, I'm going to have to make sure that doesn't come into my reality. Not look over at the government and say, government, come see about me. Money talks. Money talks. Money talks. You can say morals all day long, but money talks. Now, if you got money and you have morals, that's the best of both worlds. But money talks, because taxes have to be paid. Things have to be built. Things have to be maintained. Society has to exist in a productive way. If not, you'll be like, I remember one time I had went down to this well, in Louisiana, you know, they have Mardi Gras, but then also they have other things that's close to New Orleans, like Cajun things that are not in Louisiana, but they're like maybe somewhere, like when they had, what is his name? 50 Cent. 50 Cent came to Shreveport, Louisiana to invest. And then there was someone else, I don't know, forgot his name. He came to Jackson, Mississippi to invest. And I was like, all these people coming to these southern states investing. Who was this other guy that came to Jackson? I think he was a reality show star that got in trouble. But that could have been all horseradish, because he may have not even been guilty, but maybe he didn't want to go to a party. Let me continue. Family life, consumer income, affordable education, freedom of speech. Look, affordable education. Can we just have options in education? Can we please just not think everybody wants to go to public school? Options. And I'm going to tell the honest truth. Public school, for those children of mine that had to go at the time, we were young. We weren't like we are now. Those children suffered in public school because a lot of the teachers were not qualified. They went to college they may have had to switch. Let's say they went to college and they want to be a biochemist, but then they turned around and for some reason biochemist jobs weren't available in quantity, large quantity, and then they turned around and applied that biochemist degree. They went to and got maybe I shouldn't say biochemist, maybe I should say biology degree, but it wasn't an education, it was a different format. And they went ahead and the person went ahead and went to the education department. They went through a gateway, a master's program where they were able to go through this doorway to go become teachers. And the person isn't a teacher, but they have a degree and they have a master's degree, but they're not a teacher. And I know people say, well, anybody can teach. No. In the game called life, when you come here, you're either this, that, or the other. There are several things, like for me, I can do many things excellent, but I do know that one of my greatest suits is teaching, instructing, explaining, breaking stuff down. It becomes very natural for me because that's how I live my life. I use my left brain just as much as I use my right brain. I have compassion on a deep level, but then I have to use my thinking ability on a deep level as well. So I'm a very balanced person. In the past, when I was younger, I wasn't. I was more in tune with my overly consumed with my feminine side, and now I'm more tapped into being more balanced, masculine, feminine, and that's thinking ability that has nothing to do with my sexuality. And a lot of people get that misconstrued that somehow because you're balanced, you're balanced feminine, masculine energy in your mind. That doesn't mean you lean over towards your body parts. Because I can look at my avatar, I can look at my body and see I am a woman. Hello, I am a woman. I'm a woman, XX, right? My biology is a woman. So I choose in culture what it is about the woman character that I need to play out. That's what be cutesy, right? That's what be tender, right? So I go look at my husband. What you supposed to be? That he likes. Strong but not aggressive. Unless it's someone outside from dealing with me. I have no problem with that. So it's personal achievement, freedom of speech, religion, personal safety, individual morality. I can tell you what kind of morals I have. I can only show you what my tree bears. You know what I'm saying? But if you follow a book, then follow the book. Don't complain about the book you say you believe in. Just follow it. Environmental health, wholesome foods, which is very important, not bioengineered, GMO foods. I was hoping this video wasn't going to be long, but I knew I had a lot on my mind, and I'm a talker, so whether this video gets any views or not, I don't really care. All I care about is making sure my thoughts are out and about of my head. Okay. Are all values where the majority of the population differ from the money, power, the GU, the blob, which are primarily interested in wealth, power, control, etc., and are determined to maintain these through force. Internationally, the money, power, and the blob of the GU manifest through WEF, World Economic Forum, and its Great Reset Agenda 2030. Now, all of those persons who are part of the blob of the GU, who are part of the black cube, who are part of the board mentality, transhumanism mentality, they believe in the reset, like Klaus Schwab. You will own nothing and be happy. Like Prince Mohammed bin Salman, him knowing that the rabbis in Jerusalem believes that he's a Mahdi. Now Christians believe that that the Jewish people are supposed to wake up and come to believing in the Messiah. But no, the ones that's over there now are the synagogue of Satan. Those are not the Ebus. Those are just the Jews. They're not the Ebus. Ebus are melanated people. Go talk to Ethiopians on that. They'll explain to you. The world is so messed up. It's so much deception that goes on. But that's fine. That's fine. The empire, the presidency, and Trump. The empire has selected and controlled all U.S. presidents since Ronald Reagan, except Donald Trump. They selected Donald Trump, but you sort of have to bully Donald Trump in order for Donald Trump to sort of do what you want. Because remember, his father, Frederick Christ Trump part of the system as well. However, Frederick's DNA is supposed to be an awakening DNA, right? However, Trump still fell into the belly of the beast when it came to the Apprentice show and being around and being a TV star and have 14 seasons on NBC. You know what I'm saying? So he went to the parties. Now, did he drink the pink venom, the pink cocaine, the horse tranquilizer that's inside of the liquor at Diddy's party? Probably didn't, because he doesn't drink. However, if he is guilty of anything, we won't see the list. If he's guilty of anything, we will not see the list at Diddy's party nor Epstein's party. If he's guilty. But if he's not guilty, he'll make sure you see it. And them 51 government workers that said that they saw something that he had wrote or whatever for I think Russia or something like that. He's gonna handle that too. So believe me. But he will work with 666. He will work with Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and he will actually use Venkat Ramaswamy to do that. And the reason why I know this is because of Gematria. And he will also use the Vatican, that great whore, that harlot. He'll use that doorway because he's a Jesuit. Vance is a Jesuit. Kamala's a Jesuit. Walt's a Jesuit. Kamala's husband's a Jesuit. Okay? Trump's daughter is an Ozzy Nazi. She married to Ozzy Nazi. Ozzy Nazi. And then you got Biden's daughter married to Ozzy Nazi as well. Jewish Zionist. So, I would never support war on any level. Okay? Just not going to do it. Okay, so let's continue. Trump is the heir to a New York City real estate empire who became a TV star on 14 seasons of NBC's The Apprentice. He got bailed out by some very, very bloggy people. Okay, the blog, the goo. He says he conceived of someday becoming U.S. president during the early 2000s. Trump was a businessman and media celebrity, never a financier, a blog functionary or the goo functionary or a professional politician. You don't have to be a professional politician to get into politics. All you got to do is have a mind that can be manipulated. This gave Trump an aura of a certain blood lineage, orientation towards civilian life and values, personal achievement, negotiations, and showmanship that was a theme to the blog. Trump's personal qualities were able to win him the Republican presidential nomination in 2016. By then, after 8 years of Obama, the Democratic Party had become the complete captive of the goo, the blog. Its chief figureheads were Obama, of course, Hillary, and Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden was actually in the basement. And remember, Obama said that if he could have an earpiece and he could be the president and have the figurehead president in the basement, then he would still be the president. He was talking about Biden. And he has been the president this whole time. Period. 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 With that earpiece Kamala had on, and they were asking her something. She was talking in her earpiece before the video started. I was like, man, this is crazy. The goo, the blog, did not expect Trump to win the 2016 election because, of course, when I was viewing the 2016 election, I told my husband that Biden was going to win because of the numbers, because they had them tied, and because everyone kept wearing purple. That means transition, transformation. Someone's going to switch over. I remember someone was complaining, Arnold Schwarzenegger, somebody was complaining riding a bicycle, and this person had on all purple talking about Trump. And I thought, oh, Trump's going to win because this guy's complaining about Trump, but he has on purple. Funny, huh? Yeah. It says here Trump won because millions of people who actually work for a living gravitated towards him by sensing a kindred spirit. Well, what the skit is how in the world would Kamala be able to win or Biden be able to win, knowing that when Trump was president, they made Trump to be this monster. And Trump has monster in him. We all do. Because his monster comes from being part of Hollywood, being part of television for so long, being placed in the hearts and minds of people already as a character that has flaws, a character that's you're fired, a character that's all about making that money, a gangster-like character in this play called life. So, but the bullcrap they did with Kamala about pulling her out of the rabbit's hat, of course, everyone kept saying that Biden had some type of mind issue going on. However, maybe he doesn't. Maybe, well, he does have a chip, but he has control by a remote. However, it's because maybe they may still remove Biden at this last hour so that his son can get away with all of the stuff they did for China. Who knows? Because Kamala still could be the president these last few months and try to start World War III and release Biden's child out of trouble, and then that means she kept her promise to Biden. But maybe we shall see what the blob or the goo have up their sleeves still. I mean, Oprah Winfrey and many other people got on the platform for Kamala the other night talking about if they don't win, that they may never be able to vote again. No, you won't be able to vote again because you're going to be in prison, Oprah. How about that? How about that, Tyler Perry? How about that, T.D. Jakes? How about that, Boulay? How about that, Boulay? It's because they may not take down the island list people that's more Caucasian, but they're going to take down the black list. Y'all should already know how it works in this game. Epstein Island list may not ever come out. Even though Trump's name was on Diddy's list too. But Trump may not did nothing that Diddy's party. But show up so he can look cool. Because Diddy put his stuff up in the liquor. And Trump don't drink. And there was several people that said they were there. Like Gene, his bodyguard. Gene never drunk anything. And Gene like, shit, they ain't got nothing to do with me. But we all shall see, won't we? So let's see here. It says, these people really pumping up Trump on this article right now because they always really talking about him bad last month. I'm just saying, VT. I'm just saying. American Geopolitical Institute. Anyway. The plan was to remove Trump by impeachment 1,000 days in his term. The plan failed when the Senate refused to convict Trump on the fake charges. Yes, it was fake charges. Of course it's fake charges, but it's part of the script, okay? It's part of the script. Because there's a book called Baron Trump. There's a book out here that talks about a character like Trump. And in the same location Trump Tower is in New York. The same street, the same everything. So, of course, we're in the skit, we're in the play. And those of us who don't do videos, and those of us who do, I do videos. Look, I already know if I don't get out here and work my butt off and push a narrative that's revealing, then those people who perpetually love to cipher off of children will continue to cipher off of children. To me, this was about the children first. Then the country getting the illegals out, and then the economy. Because I put the economy last because I understand that can nobody make things happen for my household but my husband and I. Period. We've been through so many different presidents, bobbing and weaving, up and down. Republicans let you down. Democrats let you down. Democrats again let you down. Republicans let you down. Oh, then you got Obama come in. He almost took the wind out of me. He was just so diabolical. So we understand when it comes to money, you just got to figure out, look, what do I need to do? Oh, I need to make sure my pantry got food and water. You're better, and you're still better. All right, so let's see. Let's continue. The following failed impeachment, the GOO came up with the COVID pandemic. I love how they say pandemic, which Trump enabled, but which he also combated by giving individual families and small businesses free money. That to me that wasn't combated. That wasn't combative. So I know I can't stand when people kiss butt. No, it wasn't combative. That didn't combat anything. I did a video on warp speed, and I was like, no. They removed those two videos I did, and I was explaining like in Star Trek, when you receive the statement to go warp speed, that means that you're going from one dimension to another dimension. That means you're going to go through a wormhole to another dimension. It means that when you're on the land of the living, you go through a wormhole, you're in another dimension, meaning you died. So warp speed was talking about dying, period. So I don't excuse Trump on that regard. Even though he didn't demand it, he gave people a choice. And then the Vatican, that whore gonna say if its members didn't get the pandemic stuff, that somehow that they were going to be sinning. Shame on Pope Francis. Shame on him. They say he's such a nice guy. No, he's not. He's just a devil reincarnate. So I don't excuse Trump of that. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't line up to get it. And money is not the answer to all things. Yes, money is important, but you got to have morals with money, which makes it a better thing. That's the greater thing. So Trump bowed his knee because, of course, they had killed his first wife, and maybe that encouraged him to comply. Because there ain't nobody want to die for you or me. Let's get that straight. Ain't nobody trying to die for you and me. Nobody trying to get their whole families destroyed for your family and my family. It ain't like that in the real world. I wouldn't lay my children's life down for you. I wouldn't lay my husband's life down for you. I would just walk away from the game. I wouldn't do no wicked towards you. But I'm not going to lay my family's life down for you. I'm not going to go do wrong. I'll just walk away from it. But my whole family being threatened, oh, no. I'm going to get on out the game. And I'm going to make sure I see my way through it. Because you really can't save nobody anyway from anything that they want to be part of. Only thing you can do is put videos out here and hope people pick up what you're saying. The Goo, then the Blob, activate the plan to defeat Trump in the 2020 election. The reason how they was able to do that is through the invaders, the aliens that came across the border from the northern and the southern border. That's how they did it. Because who would have ever thought that the Democrats have been so desperate enough to break federal laws to let people vote that don't supposed to vote, to not even require identification. But you can't get into a rally, a Democrat rally at that, without identification. So how are you voting without identification, but you can't go into a Kamala rally without identification? Sick. But let's continue. Which succeeded in removing him from office, but not in destroying him altogether. Anyway. Nor has the lawfare being waged against him over the past 4 years done the job. Well, Trump knew that if he gave up, he was going to totally be destroyed. And remember, when you read the Jesuit oath that I show all the time on my videos, Trump is a Jesuit. And Jesuits know that other Jesuits, if they're given the go-ahead or the assignment, that they can kill him. And of course, they've tried many times through BlackRock. BlackRock, the money, one of the blogs, or the Goo, literally tried to take him out. Why? Because they need the Simpsons cartoon to manifest, I guess. So they say here, Trump's comeback. Trump's support among the working population has only been strengthened by the attacks to which he has been subjected. Again, without disclosing any truly disqualifying criminalization. So, right. We know the man ain't perfect, but y'all got to come with something that's legit. All this criminalization they was doing wasn't legit. Even when he got charged with that lady thing, they never said he raped her, because he said he didn't remember the darn woman. So she got money, but it was never proven he did anything to her that was rape. But the way the dinosaur media spilled it, you would think the guy was just, I can't say what he's done at other entities or other parties, but that was at the mall or something like that, which was crazy. Meanwhile, Biden collapsed, only to be replaced by the pseudo-candidacy of Kamala Harris, probably the least qualified individual to run for presidency in United States history. No, she's qualified. She came in just like Obama came in. But Obama's family evidently has more pushing power than Kamala's family, because both of their families are screwed in this secrecy kind of thing, where we really don't quite understand how Obama's birth certificate had to be messed with in order for him to look legitimate. We don't understand why Obama calls Michelle Michael all the time. We don't understand how Joan Rivers even called Michelle a Trini, and then somehow she dies. We don't. I don't understand how Obama's on the Diddy list too, and then how him and Michael, are on Epstein Island on a picture with Epstein on the island. How's it that the guy that died in Obama's backyard that used to cook for him? What came of that? What did he know? Look at Player looking at me. That is so cute, Player. Oh, he got on red. Well-meaning individuals voting on the basis of identity politics. That was the wrong stance to stand on. Look, Michael King or Martin Luther King said, to know a person by the content of their character, not by the basis of their skin color. And this is absolutely opposite. And these fools absolutely didn't care. That what did Kamala say about the past and moving forward in the future? What she was really saying was, which was Marxist, what she was really saying was, we don't forget about the progress we made in the past, and we just gonna change the whole goddamn thing. Because they were absolutely going absolutely opposite of what Martin Luther King had started standing up for ultimately, and what Malcolm X literally before he died was saying, the Democrat Party's crazy. That's pretty much what he was saying. These people are diabolical. Anybody that votes as a Democrat when they've done all of this wickedness to all of these upright people, or the people having upright intentions. I say upright intentions because nobody in politics have their shit together. Absolutely nobody. Nobody. No, not one. And much as I love Tim Scott, I don't know, Tim, you might have your dirt too. Because they did have Tim at the RNC with the dollar bill on the top of the pyramid. His head was on top of the pyramid, and I thought that was weird. Maybe they were trying to indicate what people or what kind of people actually can see in the game. Yes, melanated people are supposed to be able to see, but that's the reason why the Nazi Zionists are trying to make sure that you don't even know your own identity. The Ebus, you don't know your identity in the game, not eternally, because eternally we're eternal beings. But I'm talking about in the game, in the matrix, in the simulation. You're supposed to play a certain role in the game. So then we can be superheroes that help break this cast up on all people. As long as you're in biphonerism and possessed with the lower chakras of sexuality and anusology, you'll never wake up. Okay? As long as you're trying to be like Tyler Perry with the dresses on, you'll never wake up. Anyway, individuals beholden to the blob or the goo for profit and employment, including large numbers of elected officials and government employees at the federal, state, and local levels. Like with the teachers thing. The kids are becoming dumber and dumber, and you want to get a pay raise. I saw a principal with hair shaved off on the side and purple hair and blue hair. I was done. And I know the kids don't understand the formality that teachers and principals supposed to have. I know you don't understand that the principal and the teacher don't supposed to have childlike ways. I think kids think that it don't matter. It does matter. We supposed to be mature. We supposed to set examples. That means somebody on some medication. I'm just saying. The military-industrial complex, including its financial bosses, whose incomes depend on the regime of endless global war. And prime example, Dick Cheney, Vice President under Bush. The Israel lobby, which obviously tries to control both parties, yes it does, but which Israel? The Zionists, the Aussie Nazis, whose Trump's daughter is married to an Aussie Nazi, whose dad's the best friend of Benjamin Netanyahu, and you got Biden, whose daughter Ashley's married to an Aussie Nazi, a Zionist. That's why Biden says he is a Zionist, okay? Because the Israel lobby, I think it's AIPAC, trying to control both parties. Why? Because they're part of the beast system. They're the synagogue of Satan. Not the Ebus, not Yasharel, not the melanated Ebus, not Jews, Ebus. But who gonna give the melanated man the credit to play that character? When envy and when weakness prevails. Certain minority groups bought off by lucrative jobs and contracts being granted to their leaders. Wealthy media and sports celebrities, come on. All these people that did these parties supporting Harris was absolutely mind-boggling. J-Lo looked like she was about to pass out. She didn't want to be up there. The MSM, expressed in the New York Times, and major TV networks. Social medias like Google. Now, the guy over Google, a platform I'm using right now, he is from the priestly class of Abram. That's in Tamil Nadu, India. He's of a priestly class just like Vivek Ramaswamy of the same priestly class, Tamil Nadu, India, and just like Kamala Harris, Tamil Nadu, India. Okay, a lot of these people are straight could be MK Ultra. Okay, with Twitter under Elon Musk now flipping to Trump. Now Elon Musk doesn't sound like alien, but Elon is the name of an actual Anunnaki god. Just like Kamala, her name has Devi in it, meaning a goddess, meaning she's a demon human, a demi-human. The same thing as Elon Musk, worshiper of Lucifer. Because when he was standing up there, he couldn't even act right because he had never felt so much positive energy from Christians. It was feeding his soul. He couldn't even handle the love that was oohing on him. He was absorbing that energy, because he has this gooiness going on with him too. He has this loosh that he loves to absorb from people too. We got to watch him because of Starlink. He could actually help the beast, Prince Mohammed bin Salman as well. And look at immigrants possibly numbering in the millions, either by being allowed to vote or captured by voting harvesting. Exactly. The boxes that caught on fire and all that bull crap. And be just able to vote. Getting driver's license. The whole 9 yards. Big Pharma, which rakes in trillions from COVID and other public health scams like endless vaccines. By the time a child turns 18, they've been and got 75 vaccines. I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. Go look it up. Now, remember my last video, if you don't recall, I expanded upon the word pharma, and I did a thriller video, and I had people, the characters dancing, trying to explain to you that Big Pharma is magic, Big Pharma is sorcery, Big Pharma is witchcraft. Okay, you have to be very mindful when it comes to pharma, just like at Diddy's party. Horse tranquilizer pharma, pink cocaine pharma, which is pink venom, which I love the term pink venom because it's just it takes you right back to who produces venom. The snake in the garden. But it really wasn't a garden, it was a laboratory. But we won't go there. To risk a gross generalization, it might be seen that almost none of the groupings in support of the Democratic Party, except in some cases the first cited above, actually consist of individuals who have what might be called real jobs. Like Biden. Biden's in politics his whole life, pretty adult life anyway. Failure of the election system. He says, I might also mention, as I did in our country then and now, that the absence of a certifiably honest and uniform election system that may be audited back to actual legally qualified voters makes it impossible to ever have an honest national election in the U.S. See, this is the thing. Democrats tend to think if they can get away with it, the winner takes it. It doesn't matter if you lie, scheme, steal. It does not. What morals? The winner is right, and it's such a wrong way of thinking. But that's called low frequency. No one has any doubt that, as they are still accused of having done in 2020, they stole that. The Democrats will endeavor to steal the election, of course. Trump and his supporters have pointed these things out. It's so much proof that they did it, but it doesn't matter. It's just don't let it happen again, which it didn't. But at the end of the conversation, they still have time to try to snipe Trump out. So Christians gonna have to continue to pray for him. My most important thing, like I said earlier, is the children, the sex trafficking of the children. We need to destroy these tunnels, the underground cities. We need to shut down Hollywood. We need to shut down Line Media. We need to shut down devastating school systems that want kids to be on medication, that want more counselors than teachers. Sick of it. Sick of it. And then we need to encourage men and women to work together and human love and sincerity. And men, if you're oppressing a woman because she's a woman, because she has a vagina and not a penis, you got to get past that. Look at her for her content of her character and her abilities, and woman the same way. Don't look at a man as a sex object or a bully. Look at the content of his character and his abilities, and let's work in that direction. You know, we all have brains, and I know that it's written that women are the weaker vessel, but that's just talking about the avatar, the body, not the mind. And I hope that society can accept that the reason why women are being feminist and rebelling is because they have been in many ways oppressed. But women, that don't mean you go out there and slice and dice your children and let somebody destroy your children just because it's your body, your choice. Well, you know, when Corey came out, 19 came out, nobody cared whether it was your body, your choice or not. So I'm tired of all this hypocrisy. And of course, you know, I won't get into all that. So it says here, Trump's victory would jeopardize the wars of the blog or the GU in Ukraine. Yes, most likely Ukraine. Israel, no. No, because even though Trump isn't a Christian, sorry to tell y'all this, he's not a Christian. Does he believe possibly in a God or Elohim? Yeah, he probably does. And does he lean towards a Christian's belief system as far as like believing that they believe? Trump does have a double. So anyway, the double showed up at the UN, and I'll tell my husband that's not Trump. However, everything for a reason, right? But Israel, the ones that they serve ISIS, Madut Ra, and just Elohim's, El. So, or supposed the Most High, which is a new. So they serve three, wrapped up, made into one. And it's not the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Okay, but in a way, I guess you could say El is Anu, which would be considered the father. Maduk Ra would be the son, which would be an Anunnaki. And Isis, I don't know how to justify that one. And other future locations such as against China. So remember in Israel, Trump family connected to the Zionists. Biden's family connected to the Zionists. Kamala was absolutely an Irish, Indian heritage Aussie Nazi. So she's an unspoken Zionist, which is peculiar, but anyway, MK Ultra. It says here, Trump, okay, it says here, in other future locations such as against China, though if Trump were to win, which he did, and he ended up being captured by the Bull or the GU, as he was in his first administration, yep, these travesties might go on anyway, right? Trump seems resolved not to let this happen. If they can shut down this sex trafficking and expose that, that'll help. But how many politicians got wrapped up in that? They're going to have to change the whole thing. They're going to have to change the whole thing. They're going to have to really change the whole thing. Or if not, they're not going to let these lists come out. Trump's intention to raise tariffs significant to activate American reindustrialization would upset the global economic order to such a degree as to be revolutionary in its consequences. You know, a lot of these countries don't care. They like the BRICS. They're trying to collab together so that they can keep themselves afloat. Because remember, our fiat currency, our dollar bill, is under the power of the Saudi Arabian kingdom, which is under the kingdom of the beast of the sea, which is Mohammed bin Salman, which name is 666 in Gematria. You know him by the number of his name. Okay, and you will know him by his. They'll take his name and the number of his name. His name is Muhammad. A lot of people take the name Muhammad and put it in front of their name all the time. So I'm not going to elaborate on that because I got so many videos talking about that. I'm not going to waste my time there. One of the scariest possibilities to the blob is what could happen if Trump placed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in charge of the federal government's health agency. It would just stop the money from flowing, and people. There's still gonna be a lot of people that leave the planet next year because, according to this one PhD, he was talking about they've done studies, investigations for past 2 years that there's going to be a wave of dropping, and then there's going to be a wave of people not having their mind, just like the girl that was 33 years old at Georgetown, lost her mind, stabbed the police in the forehead for nothing, and she was listening to loud music. She may have got triggered because she may be on magic medicine, okay? She may have been on magic medicine. Her name was Sydney Wilson, I think. And then there was another female that jumped off Niagara Falls with her 2 kids, which was 9 years old. And then you got the 2, which is 9/11, which her name was Means. So it's all coded. It's all testing the waters. You're going to have to learn how to hold on. If you took that stuff, you're going to have to learn how to hold on. You're going to have to set your mind strategic. You're going to have to get all that Wi-Fi out your house. You're going to have to put your phone up when you're not using it. Put it in a bag or a Mylar bag or something. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to no longer line up to get pals. You're going to have to understand that you're going to have to start wearing, probably purchase a cap. They have regular caps, and then they have woolly caps that got this material in it to protect your head, because a lot of people are going to go zombified. And that warp speed thing was definitely part of it playing out. Let's move forward. And Trump didn't stop that because he was more concerned with him not dying, his family not dying, than you dying. Please understand, he don't let you on that level. And believe me, Kamala been absolutely diabolical, witch, devil, demon. she was clicked into demon mode. Demon mode! Exactly. So, the drama isn't over. However, it gives people an opportunity to have some type of hope. But let's make sure our hope leans towards sex trafficking. Our hope leans towards clearing this country of those people that got released out of prison and out of mental institutions, because that's true. He told the truth in that regard. But that warp speed stuff was the worst thing he ever did. That was my first time ever hearing. I always talk about Alex Jones like, I trust him, but I don't trust him because he's playing a character that took the place of another character that was in the game. But I ain't gonna talk about that because it's just too much. Anyway, his wife's Jewish as well. The one thing we can say for sure is that the values, and no, it's not that I don't like Jewish people, it's just that there's a power structure inside of that plays towards hurting anybody that's not of that culture. It is what it is. The one thing we can say for sure is that the values of the money, power, blob goo are diametrically opposed to those of ordinary people with real jobs who raise families and work for a living. This includes many law enforcement individuals and conscientious public employees. And you have to think about all these hurricanes in, was it Nevada, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and these people were pretty much just left to squallow. Because, destroying that area would have made sure that Trump did not become president. And I was watching this film from 1940 something, and they were talking about weather warfare, and they were talking about cloud seeding, and they were talking about how, I think it was the Vietnam War, how they used cloud seeding to direct the weather. And I'm thinking, didn't Biden get on TV and say there was no such thing as directing weather? And people drunk it like Kool-Aid. Y'all just sat there and drunk the lie like Kool-Aid. And I was like, Biden, why you always lying? Because it's programmed to lie. I know why he's lying. It's just a skit. Okay, so this conflict is never going away. No matter how many people the blob can kill off through many wars, pandemics, and etc., there will always be individuals who ask what is really going on and ways for them to express their dissent. Like in China, CCP, those people are figuring out ways to speak about Xi, calling Winnie the Pooh and all of that. And Halloween, the people over there in China could even wear costumes. I don't support Halloween because it celebrates darkness. I'm just not down with it. I'm just tired. But anyway, they couldn't even celebrate Halloween. If you want to celebrate Halloween, that's on you. I don't care. I'm just talking about for myself. and just my whole environment. So, but I do celebrate fall. I love bringing in pumpkins and bringing in tomatoes and cucumbers. I love that. So, but here in America, you literally have to figure out ways to make videos. I mean, we literally, my husband and I, and a few other people that were trying to get squashed because our content is like direct. It's not red or blue. It's like it's direct. It's not red or blue. My content's not red or blue. And so when you're not picking a side, Google doesn't like to support you because they want you to pick a side. But you have to be level-headed. And so, just like in China, they were trying to suppress the people's freedom. Here in America, they were doing the same thing. Jim Carrey, remember those who watched my video when he was like, the First Amendment's getting in their way? I'm so glad that those Masons were willing to try to establish some rule and order for their kingdom over here, which isn't working for them. It's not working for them. It's not working for them. You know, it's not working for them. So those Masons, y'all need to come from under the barrels light and walk in the truth of fairness. And I'm not talking about fairness like giving somebody something, meaning you're an American too. Some of them are dual citizenship, so I understand why they don't care about America, but you're an American too. Get your light out, your head out of darkness, come back into the light, okay? Come back into reality. Get your head out of the sand, closing your eyes, hoping the world get blowed up. But, you know, this administration that's still here may try that. You know, they may start World War III just to spite Trump to make the economy collapse. So, anyway, the country's broke, right? That's what she said in the cartoon. So, and they still may let her say that. Because right now, I don't see how Biden's the president. I can see how Kamala's the president with Obama supporting her in the background, in the basement, okay? If Trump loses, they say, and Kamala Harris becomes president, the catastrophes that will likely ensue are unimaginable. Yeah. Even though right now, this morning, November 6th, they say he's won. Let's just still listen to Richard Cook's statement. He says, Richard C. Cook is founder and lead investigator of the American Geopolitical Institute. Mr. Cook is a retired U.S. federal analyst with extensive experience across various government agencies, including the U.S. Civil Service Commission, FDA, Carter White House, NASA, which is Nazi, which is Ozzy Nazi, which are Anunnaki. Anunnaki, Ozzy Nazi, NASA, Nazi, okay? And the U.S. Treasury. He is I hadn't did that in a while. He is a graduate of the College of William and Mary and a whistleblower at the time of the Challenger disaster. He exposed the flawed O-ring joints that destroyed the space shuttle. They weren't going to get out of here anyway if they were trying to go into outer space because we have a firmament. All right, like, subscribe to the bell. Appreciate you for watching.